Guess who might have COVID again? Me. Anyways, welcome to a reading blog. I'm currently reading Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie... I'm not reading Kingdom of the Wicked. Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco. Look how absolutely stunning this cover is. I'm slightly annotating it. Oh, there was just specific sentences that I really liked and wanted to remember, so I was like, okay, I'm going to annotate. So we have done that, but it's a very sporadic annotating process. It's not like I'm diligently looking for this quote is amazing or this line is so symbolic of fucking love or life, I don't know. So I'm on chapter 21, page 284. So as you know from my last reading blog, which I haven't uploaded or made a thumbnail for, and it's been a couple of weeks, but I'm in a reading slump. I've been reading this book for, I want to say 2 weeks or like a week and a half. So I'm not reading as much. Like there's some days I read 2 pages, some days I look at the book and I'm like, no, let's watch YouTube instead. Anyways, so back to why I think I might have COVID. My co-worker, he has COVID. He was off today, but he had symptoms like the past few days, but he was testing and it came up negative all the time. So the thing is, I was in contact with him a lot because I go up to him because he's, oh, this guy is just the most genuine, nicest guy ever. He's just so fucking sound, and I always go up to him like if I have a question. And we were like fucking swapping sheets and stuff. Like I was giving him a sheet and he was giving it back to me, and I think I touched his hand at one point because I was giving him something. I woke up today with a sore throat. I swear to fuck, if I get COVID again, I'm gonna be so pissed because I just got it. I literally just had it like at the last week of August, and it was the worst fucking week of my life. It was terrible. People are always like, oh, week off from work. Dude, I would rather be working in an underground factory than stuck in my room for a week. It was so terrible. I think that's the week that actually started my reading slump, because I barely read that week, because I just did not want to do anything. Let's show you the books I've read so far this month though. I've read 4, which is great, but I mean some of these books, that book I was on for I think 2 months. I was on one of the books, I'll just show you them. Instead of me talking about them, I'll show you them. Oh look, my little Halloween thing. That's the only thing I have in my room. It's so bad. This and like there's a little like witch's hat over there. Anyways, okay. So we have Normal People by Sally Rooney. I started that I think in September. It took me like a month to read, and it's like less than 200 pages, or less than 300 pages, not 200. The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Shocking. What was that book? I did not like it at all. It was disgraceful. It was a disgrace for my eyes to read that. I think I have a 2 stars. Also that took me a while to read. The only one that didn't take me a while to read was The Sad Ghost Club. It's a graphic novel. It took me 2 days to read. I loved it. It was so cute. 4 stars. This one, by Taran Matharu, is a prequel book to the Summoner trilogy. This book took me like 2 months to read, and it was like 380 pages. It was literally the first book just in a different character's point of view. There was no reason for me to read this, but I was already like 50 pages into it, so I was like, okay, might as well finish it. But honestly, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't read it, to be honest. I can't believe I am almost 21. 20 fucking 1 in less than 2 weeks. When I think of 21, that means I'm closer to 25. And the age of 25 for me means the age of settling down. In my head, 25 is like the threshold for old. Okay, for growing up. For like totally growing up, having your shit together. Like 25 and below, do your thing, go to jail. Fuck YOLO. 25 and above, you gotta be thinking about kids. Marriage. Getting close to the 25 age, which is scary. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. My parents planned something for tomorrow. They didn't tell me. They're not telling me what we're doing tomorrow. They're not telling me. They're keeping me on a tight leash. A fucking choker leash. That makes no sense, but anywho, I kind of want to watch a horror movie. Do you know the movie that just came out, Smile? Before I started filming this, I was watching a video and they were talking about it, and I want to watch it now, even though, let me tell you lads, girls and boys and everything else, I am not a good horror person. I get scared shiteless. I fucking shit myself. If I could shit myself, I would. I can obviously shit myself, but I feel like I have the restraint, you know, as an almost 21-year-old, I have the restraint to not shit myself. Unless, I don't know, unless I was very, very drunk. Even at that, I would be very inclined to go to a toilet. What was I talking about? Yeah, the movie. Okay, horror movies, yeah, I'm terrible at them. Horrendous. But yeah, tomorrow, I don't know what we're doing. Mom just told me to put on casual clothes. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Goodbye. I flipped over my camera, so hopefully I'll see better quality. But I forgot to tell you. So if you watched my last vlog, you'll know it. It's a storyline now. So you have to watch my last vlog to get the storyline. Okay, so do you know the guy who asked for my Snapchat on the train? Yeah, we hung out, yeah. Okay, yesterday, I friend zoned the fucker. He was getting too much for me. Okay, we were chatting a while on Snapchat. Okay, so for me, I'm very weird. I keep on deleting my apps and sometimes I forget to install them for a while. Couple days, so I left this guy undelivered for a while. Very unreasonably amount of time. You know, for himself, he should know his self-worth. I'm not worth it for him. But yesterday, you know, he was talking about the cinema. We were talking about movies. And he was like, oh yeah, we should go to the movie sometime. I was like, okay, sure. Then I thought about it more. You don't want to get to know this guy anymore. Friend level, maybe. But anything more, no. So I told him that. And yeah, it went down like a lead of fucking pipes. He literally just said okay. Like O and the K. You know, so that's exciting. He was upset, I feel like. I'm glad that's finished now, honestly. I was giving him too much of myself. I was not giving this guy anything of myself. That was all I had to say. Goodbye. Morning. It's a great day to be alive because... What bah? Negative. Huh. Actually, this test one we have is really weird. I still have a sore throat, so... I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Also, the thing that my mom had planned for today is being rescheduled for tomorrow, so... I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I have a feeling of what I want to do, but we'll see if I do it. Okay, dudes, I read a lot yesterday. I'm really proud of myself. I got to page 324. There's only like 408 pages in this book, so are we going to aim to finish this today? I don't know. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to sit down right now. I'm going to sit down right here and read. It's currently 12:30 and I'm at the park. I unfortunately had to get petrol before coming here. One of the most despised things I hate in life is getting petrol, having to go to a place to get petrol, having to stand there while getting petrol and then putting it back and then getting back in the car. Wearing this jacket was an absolutely terrible idea because it's 15 degrees and I'm really warm. It's not even a small jacket, it's like, I think it's my dad's. It's absolutely massive. I'm roasted. So the deers at this time started fighting, I think. The guys with antlers, and I really want to see it. I'm trying to get to the top of this mountain, not really mountain, more like just hill, because there's a seat and I want to sit down. After my little nature walk, I sat down on the bench and I finished Kingdom of the Feared by Kerry Maniscalco. Look at the annotations. I've missed, so the only colour I used was purple. And I now have no more purple. So because of the reading slump I'm slightly in, I don't enjoy books a great amount. Like all the books I read this month and last month, I didn't enjoy a lot. Besides a graphic novel, that's the only one I enjoyed. This book, it's the final book in the trilogy. The first book is Kingdom of the Wicked. It's a fantasy book. Demons, witches. It's really autumnal and it's really atmospheric, and Kerry Maniscalco is so good. She's such a good writer. She wrote Stalking Jack the Ripper, Quartet, I loved it. But just because I'm not feeling books, I didn't love this book that much. And one of the things, the main character in this book, Amelia, I can't really tell you too much because it is the third book in a series, but she's just kept on repeating a phrase like, if you hurt him, I will kill you. just in different variations, and that started to really piss me off. Even though I love female empowered characters, great, but every 5 pages, no thanks. And I'm not into reading smut scenes right now. It goes into detail on the smut scenes and I just don't. I don't want to read them, I don't need to read them, I don't want to read them. That's why I'm choosing not to read a romance book, because I'm not in the mood for romance. I've given it 3.75 stars out of 5. It's probably a very harsh rating, because it is a good book. I just didn't love it. So the next book I picked up is Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and it's a YA fantasy. I just started it. I'm on page 28, and remember, it's all a game. What happens beyond this gate may frighten or excite you. Don't let any of it trick you. The main character and her sister, they have an abusive father and they're trying to get away from him, and they were invited to Master Legend's Caraval, which he hosts, and they want to go, but their father is the only obstacle in the way, and the main character Scarlett is engaged to be married. It's nothing amazing, but it's going okay. Oh, I watched a movie. I watched The Grood's New Age like half an hour ago. I liked it, but I liked the first one better. I don't know how the grandmother is still alive though. She should be dead. How old is she? Like 150? Also, I found out what we're doing tomorrow. It's exciting, and you won't know until tomorrow too. Goodbye. It's almost 9 o'clock and we're supposed to leave at 9, but mom just came into me there and said that it's cancelled. So basically what we were gonna do is I was gonna fly a plane. Me, Sarah, Sazbos was gonna skirt the plane. My mother came in to have a chat with me. That's why I had to stop, but yeah, that's cancelled, so we can't do any flying up in the plane today. I was very excited. Mom just came in here now, wondering what we should do because everyone's up. So it's currently, my clock is broken. Why am I looking at it? It doesn't even say the time anymore. I think it's like 4 o'clock. I got to page 96 of Caraval, and yeah, once again, it's okay. It's very YA. I'm hoping for a little bit more of excitement. I watched The School of Good and Evil, which was 2.5 hours long. I felt like I just watched my whole life pass away because of that movie. Like, that was such a long movie. It was good, and I literally know one of the people. I literally know her. I've talked to her before. It was very weird seeing her on screen. I've seen her on screen before, but not in like that movie production. Like, it's from Netflix. Like, that's a massive step. Oh my god. So right now I feel like shit. I'm going to wash my hair, wash my body, wash my soul away. I'm gonna watch Ireland's Fittest Family then this evening. Yeah, that was all. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. Peace out.